Here we have the first two models, which are the simplest. Oh, let's go with the first one. For you, Victorinox Altimeter. And we have the identification number 1.3705. When it has plus handles, that is, it has a pin and also a pin holder. The number 1374.80 is the one that will not have a clipper or a pin. And number 1.378 is the plus model that will incorporate a saw.
Altimeter Plus. Identification number 1.37.80T. Difference with the normal altimeter. The wood saw.
Well, I put the 12 from 549, which is the altitude I'm up, and it varies. And the truth is that it was never exact. Look, it says 25 degrees. How many degrees does it have right now in San Salvador de Juárez? It's 16. In other words, the altimeter is crazy. It doesn't hit it by any chance. This is the first model. Let's move on to the second one we have here, which is none other than the Voyager. The Voyager will have two identification numbers by 83, which is in this color, or dirt. This model changes in that it has the time, or that is to say, it will not have altitude, it does not have the altimeter height functions, it has time. We have an alarm to set, and we also have a countdown that sounds when it that sounds when it reaches 0. Let's see. Well, I had already set it, but it came off. Obviously, it came off. Well, this is useful, for example, to control things. It can be from 24 hours to 5 seconds, as I had said it, or even less. I was telling you, these bottles are exactly the same in terms of functions as a climber. We will also have the large blades, the small blade. Let's go quickly because you already know the climber by heart. Here we have scissors, the bottle opener layer. And we will have the corkscrew with the screwdriver on the other side. Yeter is going to show you the grip tools. Okay, here we have the multi-purpose hook. In this case, with a file, which is unusual. It usually has a file. And here is the reaming punch. Shush. These are the functions of a climber that are added to the watch. And now, Itor is going to show us the most complete of all, which is the Traveller.
Hello everyone, how are you? I bring you the Traveller, a knife with reference 1.3705. AVT, a knife launched in 2008 and discontinued in Magu 2020. Tartaka, it is a llama to which they add things, some subtle ones, like the limestone, and then, well, the most obvious, some very cool red cross handles with an LE module on this side, which we are going to detail, and on the back, an assortment of tools that are all attached to the handle with the toothpick. Pen, a reduced version of a clamp, because the normal one doesn't fit. This one fits diagonally and by default into the filer. And this eyeglass distiller. This module has lock themes and a barometric module. It has a clock. On the first screen is a clock that will give us the time in a format that you can choose between 12 or 24. we will change it by pressing the Victorinox symbol, which is the only control it has for this entire module. It's a bit of a pain, honestly. It would be better with another one around here, but anyway. This one would give us the height above sea level. It can be graduated. If you know where you are, then you put the one in your place around 7 meters. I'm practically sea level now. Reading it gives me usually ranges between 6 and 8. All the times I've seen it, because it's usually total. One press would take us to the barometer reading. The barometer trend. These little lines would tell us how the barometer is rising. Manual is very complete in terms of how it calculates it. There's a very complicated mathematical formula, the tables, I don't know what, Pascal's, which is the trend at the moment. Well, it would indicate that it's tending to go down for a while, which in reality has been a bit slow, or has been a bit slow, Yeah, alarm. Hold up. So, if I want to turn it on, I have to hold down on the button to be able to set the alarm time, not to enter it. This is really an aggressive countdown. If I press it for 2 seconds, it gives me 10 seconds at the start. If I press it again, it would give me the option to lower them. When it stops moving the down arrow, it starts counting down. I don't know if you can start the countdown directly. I haven't found it. When it reaches 0, it will be. Another press. We change mode and we would enter stopwatch mode or a generic stopwatch because it's in seconds. If we press it, it starts counting. If we hold it for 2 seconds, it stops. And to reset it to 0, we have to hold it for 4 seconds. But during those 4 seconds, it will be able to start at 7 or 8 and go to 0. Another press temperature, 32 grams. That's not true. I have the order thermometer all in front of me. It reads 26 in this room. Truth is that it's hot, right? But it's taking the temperature on my hand. And since it's the 3rd video I've recorded using this is false stakes. It's taking the temperature. Another press, we will go to the clock. It has one more feature, a function that we won't be able to see because the battery is old and lacks a voltage, which is the light. It has a backlight, but it's, let's say, the function that consumes the most battery. When I managed to enter the menu, that is to enter to make it work, I got an error message saying no L, no light, no M, or L saying, dude, there's no light, change the battery. I don't know. I hope you liked it.
It remains to be said that the Victorinox Altimeter was manufactured from 2002 to 2005. It would no longer be in the 2006 catalog amendment. A Victorinox Voyager would be released in 2002 and would be manufactured until 2009. In 2010, it would no longer be in the catalog, and the one shown by the editor came out in 2006 until 2021. It would no longer be in the 2022 catalog yet. And these were the Victorinox with a digital watch. You can tell me in the comments if you like the digital or analog watch more. If you don't remember, I'll leave you a couple of videos of Victorinox with analog watches.